My name is James Thomas, and I've been drawing caricatures since 2013, live and in person. And in this video, I'm going to show you my method and what I look for when I'm drawing someone face to face. Now, these are some of the things I look for when drawing someone live. The eye is kind of shaped like an almond. She has long lashes. She has dark eyes. I can see some lashes underneath the eye also. Very dark brown eyes. I add a little highlight and then a pupil. And because the eyes are very dark, I'm going to add some extra shadow. And then I'll show you what I'm looking for next. I'm looking for this shape. Start the eyebrow. Just this little line gives me like an anchor of where to start. And then I'm looking at the person and looking at the shape and angle of the eyebrow. Her eyebrows are kind of thick. The underlid, I draw a very light line that just kind of indicates there's an underlid, but if you draw it too dark, it's going to look like a deep bag under her eye. It's going to add about 15 years to her. Now there is a bridge of the nose here, but because she's young, I'm not going to draw that. That might make her look older too. So I'm going to draw the bridge of the nose, which kind of goes up high and curves here. And I'll start the second. Now I'm going to draw a little dot there so that I don't lose my place, because I'm going to try to do this with one fluid line, and that's my goal, is to hit that dot. I'm making the line thick, and then it comes back down to thin, and then add the lashes. To indicate the eyelid. At the corner of the eye. Some more lashes. Now I'm going to draw the iris and the pupil. I'm adding a highlight, pupil, shadow. Now I'm looking for this shape again, the shape underneath the eyebrow. Remember that the eyebrows are even. Also, the beginning of this eyebrow usually lines up with the bridge of the nose. This line doesn't always have to connect, it can, but it should seem like it connects. Lines to start the eyebrow. I may have messed up a little bit here. We'll see what happens. The hair is going to cover this, so I left that unfinished. And another small light line, very thin, to indicate the underlid. Now I'm looking for the nose. I don't have to finish drawing this line. I just leave it undone because it's not a clear line on her face. Right about here is the nose, and it's a little wider than normal. I'm not going to exaggerate that too much. I'll start off with the bottom of the nose. I'm just really recreating the shape that I see. This nostril here, it kind of comes out straight, so I'm just going to bring it out straight. You see how I started with a thin line? It's a little thicker here. And then the nostril. Indicating a line there for the nostril on the other side. It's in perspective, so this side will be a little shorter than this side. And the way I tell a nose is wide is the edges of the nostrils. Now I don't know what this is called. I call it a divot, but a divot, it's like an indication in the top lip. Add that on there. Now the smile. I usually start in the middle and go up to the right side. Add the wrinkle there. Go up to the right side, left side. Got my left and my right mixed up here. And then I'm looking at the shape her mouth makes. I'm not just automatically drawing a perfect smile line. I'm actually looking at what shape is that making. And I may or may not hit it perfectly. I may have messed this up a little bit, but it's a caricature. Now I'll draw the bottom lip and the top lip. I actually wanted to draw that line a little lighter, but sometimes when you use these markers a lot, it's harder to get the thinner lines. It's a brand new marker, you can get great thin lines. I'm just going to indicate some teeth, start it, and then finish it and leave an empty spot. And I'm adding a little shadow in the corner because I see that in this photo. Now she does have some cheek lines here. I indicate one a little bit because I want her to look young in this drawing. If I wanted her to look older, I would draw both these lines really hard. Now I'm going to draw the chin that kind of anchors me so that I don't lose track of where I want her chin to be. And then I'm looking at the shape that this makes. And the whole thing is sort of like a teardrop shape, her head and her cheek and chin combined. So I start off here and I finish this teardrop shape. If you watch old Disney movies, Ariel, the Little Mermaid, this is the basic shape of her face. Now this is the hardest side for me. I mess up on this side more than any other. I want to do it with one stroke, but the way I mess up is sometimes I draw it too close to the eye. A perfect portrait, it would actually be out a little further. Now the hairline. Her hair kind of starts above this eye and makes its way down. And this is my shorthand for drawing braids. I'm just drawing a wavy line, and that is the hairline. And then on this side, I can't tell exactly from the photo what exactly is going on over there, but there seems to be a hairline right like that. Now the ears, and I'm looking at the top of the ear and imagining a line across, and it seems to line up right about here. So we'll add the ear. And that's, believe it or not, this is like a secret signature. Look at that, that's a J, that's my name, JT. But it looks like ear wrinkles. And now the neck, I can draw it a little skinnier if I want, because this is a caricature. But I'm not going to go too skinny on it. Actually, I went kind of thick on that. So this is how I draw curly hair. Well, first let me get the collar in there. This is just easy, straight lines. Now I'm looking how far above the head is it. It's kind of close to the head, so I'm drawing some curly lines, and mainly what I'm looking at is the shape of the overall shape of the hair. I'm not going to try to draw the individual braids yet. Once it gets to about this point, then it starts getting a little wilder, so I will too. I hope I didn't go too far off screen when I drew that. Now the same thing on this side, the basic shape. And curly hair. Now I'm going to try to get in some individual braids. I'm just doing a shorthand because when I'm drawing someone live, I want to get it done in 3 or 4 minutes. I'm starting off with these little curls. I can even use the small side. Curls get bigger as they get down here. This is like a shorthand for curly hair. Now there's some curls and braids going on a little differently there. And then there's some individuals coming out here. And this is not the best drawing I've ever done, but that's why they call it practice. In this part of the video, I'm just going to try to draw it again and improve from the first drawing. I had a teacher once tell me that if you just draw something once, you'll learn very slowly, but if you draw it over and over again, each time trying to improve it, you will see vast gains in improvement. So that's what I'm going for here. Just draw it a little bit better than I did before. Okay, that's it for this one. And if you want to get better at drawing live caricatures at parties the way I want to get better, then please click on whatever you need to click on to draw with me on my next video. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great one.